Hey everybody, you're very welcome back to the Danish Outdoor Festival social media tent. You may have seen this amazing person from the reels posted today. This is B from Snow Peak. And for those who don't know about Snow Peak, I have B here to extend and talk about the history of Snow Peak and what they do and what their mission is and the products that can kind of come from it. So B, if you want to tell us the history of the company and where it started, because Snow Peak kind of just came onto the marketplace here in Europe and not many people would know about where the brand kind of started.
So our founder originally was a mountaineering expert.
I never knew that.
Yeah. So his name was Yukio Yamai and his son Toru is now the head of our company. We have lots of legacy within Snow Peak. I think that Yukio found that he didn't have the right equipment that he needed, so he started building his own gear, and out of that came Snow Peak. So we've been going since 1958 in Japan.
Wow.
Yep, long time. And we started in the UK about 3 years ago, maybe a little bit more, and now we're moving into Europe, which is really exciting. And it means that we get to come to all these exciting festivals and really understand how people camp, and it's all very different.
Oh yeah.
We're very lucky that the Danes have such a brilliant sense of humour.
Yeah.
But we've had some really great people coming around, real fans of the brand, and it's really nice to get out there and kind of talk to them. We are initially sort of tent and tarps, but we're actually like one of Japan's biggest outdoor community leaders.
Wow, I also never knew that either.
We're the best-selling camping brand they have, and it's because it really celebrates the Japanese way of camping, which is home and camp. So being able to bring the two together is really important for us as a brand, because it allows that homogeneity between life, outside of life, family, growing, everything, nature. So that's a really nice part of it. We call ourselves outdoor lifestyle creators for that reason.
Outdoor lifestyle creators.
I know.
I like that.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But it means that it's cooking inside and outside. Everything that we create is for inside and outside. Look, you're not going to pinch your tent in the garden. You might do, or maybe you're not going to pitch it in the kitchen.
But you still want to eat and sleep when you're outside.
Yeah. Exactly. But everything else goes between them. We have quite a few camps every year, which we love doing. So our main thing is getting people outdoors, get people camping, get people enjoying nature, enjoying talking to each other. Like I said earlier, with Takibi time, that's like a really nice way of like, at the end of the day, we all sit down, we sit around our Takibi fire and grill, we put the fire on and we just talk and we understand how things are, and like we connect in a really deep way, because there's something about that sort of authenticity that comes around a fire.
Yeah.
And it's a really beautiful thing and we really enjoy it. But doing these camps now that we do in the UK mean that we can share that with lots of people and really meet and connect with new people and new campers. You know, people who have never camped before come camping with us. I was one of those people. Yep. So I started...
That's a bit of a journey.
Yeah.
To go from first time camping to then representing Snow Peak is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tell us a bit about it.
It's a very, very easy company to promote because everything speaks for itself.
Yeah, the quality for Snow Peak is
The quality is amazing and it's beautifully crafted. You know, I do notice a lot of like similar design pieces in Denmark. So I see like the way that we have the aesthetic is very clean, very simple, very like beautifully done, and I think that resonates really strongly with us. But what happened was we have this. We had our inaugural event last year called the Snow Peak Way, which they do across Japan, across the US, and ours was in the UK, obviously.
I mean, it makes sense.
So our Snow Peak Way UK was the first one we'd ever done. That happened last summer, and that was my first day of work. Met the whole team. I bought my tent. It was a pop-up tent. I hadn't camped in quite a number of years, apart from sort of festivals or with friends.
So the first tent was a pop-up tent?
First tent
Those things you have to wrestle to get back in. They go up great, but getting them back in is a bit of a battle.
Impossible.
Yes.
So cut to the end of the weekend, And I'm there with, you know, all of these amazing people who have flown over from Japan to be with us and guide us through it. And, you know, these guys are hardcore. They know what they're doing. They have been with the brand for tens of years.
Yeah.
And suddenly I find myself surrounded by them as we're all saying, okay, so how are we going to get this pop-up tent back in the thing?
Yeah, you need string and a whiteboard and, to get it to work. You know, I need an experience in Greco-Roman wrestling and MMA. They're crazy, crazy contract. If anybody's listening to this, pop-up tents, just avoid.
Avoid like the plague, because my poor colleague Tomo, who is incredible, was trying to put it back in, and it was an absolute nightmare. And I was so embarrassed. And I was like, I can't believe I bought this terrible tent to this like beautiful festival. And it was a really, really hilarious day. But honestly, it was so nice. We do all these activations, like we do the anodizing like we did here. And exactly, that's our spork. And all these different workshops with our partners. And it's so nice. It's such a like beautiful way of celebrating not just the brand, but the Japanese camping style, which is just a really wonderful way of experiencing the outdoors.
It is, and it's expanding further and further into the outdoors. Because I myself have taught in Japan, outdoor events and festivals.
Right.
And they taught me a lot about the difference that happens between cultures. And then like that, I think not many people, and which you've explained beautifully, understand that in Japan, the land is very protected. You know, you've got the Ainu people and everybody that owns that land. So when Japanese people decide to go outdoors, it really is a big push on the home aesthetic coming outside, bringing out all you need. So the goal is to kind of, i.e. why Snow Peak is again so popular, to get this ultra lightweight, the smallest goal that you can bring outside where you can be the most comfortable. And you can really see that spread between the Snow Peak brand and what it designs.
Exactly.
And it's great to see it come into here in Europe. Have you had your Snow Peak UK event already, or is there one on the way?
Well, we had one last week, which is called Starter Camp, because what we really like to focus on is sort of entry line to start with. So we don't want to make people nervous by saying, hey, we've got this huge tarp. You know, all of our tents are actually quite easy to put up. I say that as like a novice.
It's not a pop-up.
Yeah, it's not a pop-up.
Anything's easier than that.
So the entry level stuff is a great way to kind of really start to understand the brand. You know, from our titanium collection, which is incredibly lightweight. I think that what we want to do is not scare people off who haven't experienced camping the way we have.
And an awful lot of brands overlook that.
Yeah. You're very welcome to go through the brand and go up to the pro line. You know, our lives change. You may have children, you may get dogs, you may, you know, find a new partner or many partners, who knows.
It's that day we live in.
And your lifestyle changes, so everything that we have is modular, and everything can grow as you grow, as your lifestyle changes. Yeah.
Very Japanese.
Yeah, and very eco as well. I think like the important thing is that like we're not buying stuff to throw it away. You know, everything that we make can be added onto. You know, we have our IGT table, which is iron grill table. You know, you can buy larger legs, or you can have a lower height on it, which means it's perfect for kids.
And have you enjoyed the show so far?
Oh, absolutely loved it. It's been great. It's been really great. We've seen some really interesting products here, met some great people, very excited to see what happens tomorrow.
Brilliant. Oh yeah, there's a whole other day. So there you go. If you're watching this in real time, or you plan on watching this in the past, but tomorrow Snow Peak will still be here. You can get your cool anodized spoon, go down to Snow Peak, talk to B.
Yeah.
Taking shots at the end. But there you go. That's the attitude that you get down at Snow Peak. Go check them out. Wonderful people. Thank you for joining us.